Okay, so I'm here with Butte Central cross country coach Andrew Holmes. Andrew, is it true you're in your 13th season coaching at Butte Central?
Yeah,
Okay.
I started just wrestling in 2011, and 2 years. This will be my second year as a head coach. So just assistant for all of
So we're here to talk a little bit about cross country. So you know this. A lot of people hear that word cross country, they immediately start to sweat and think, why? Why would someone run just to run? So what is it about cross country that appeals to you?
Well, you know, there's a lot more to it than just running. There's a lot of technique, a lot of strategy, race strategy, strategy to training, strategy to ensure that you leave it all out there on the course and get the most out of the distance, not start too soon, not to start too late. So there's a lot to it. And the people that do it and come back here after, they just love it. They absolutely love it. And most of them become runners for life and run till they're 40, and their knees give out. So there's something about it.
About your career, what's your career in athletics? Did you play other sports, or have you just been a runner, a wrestler?
Just wrestling pretty much in high school. I actually hated running. Wrestlers do a lot of running also. So I had a taste for running, and I wasn't very good at it until after high school, and then I learned a little bit more about it, and I learned why I was so bad at it, and then I grew to really like it.
So last year you had 7 runners qualify for state, the most for Butte Central in over a decade. So what do you attribute last year's success to?
I think really just the group of kids encouraging each other is what got the numbers up, and then me just being able to take that and just keep that ball rolling, and being very welcoming to anybody. I'm still hopeful to get a couple more out this year.
Okay.
But really, I don't want to take a whole lot of credit for that. Bob Johnson did a great job with those kids when they were elementary, junior high. I helped out a bit, and it's really those kids that kept on making it so fun for each other that the numbers keep growing.
Well, how many kids do you have out for the team this year? Do you know yet?
I have 7 again.
Okay.
In high school. I have a couple new ones that I'm supposed to meet over the next couple of days that hopefully will come out also. So hopefully we'll be up to about 9.
Okay. So how will last year's success translate into the season, do you think?
I think we'll improve on last season. Everybody's back.
Okay.
So we had no seniors last year. We have 3 seniors this year.
Okay.
They know it's their last go. They've done a lot more training this summer than they did the previous summer.
Okay.
Not as much as we probably would have liked, but way more. So they're starting off on day 1 way better than they were last year. And I think we got a good plan to keep on moving up throughout the season and just build on what we did last year.
So when you talk about experience, I mean, we kind of can measure experience on a football field, that helps, or a basketball court. So how would experience from last year help these kids that are coming back? That experience from last year?
Well, each and every one of them has their own goals. Okay. They all know their times. They all know their personal records. They all know when they hope to beat that this season and then beat it again. So as far as qualifying from state, they should all qualify for state the very first weekend. They're there already, and so it's just building from that each week and adapting to adversity when things come up. And
makes sense.
Yeah.
So I know you've had the opportunity to coach some of your own kids recently in the last couple. So tell me what that's been like. What's it been like coaching your own kids?
It's been wonderful. I coached for a lot of years before my kids even before they were doing any sports in grade school or anything. And then now that I have 3 kids in high school, and it's challenging. It's very challenging because I have to remind them that sometimes I'm the coach and not the dad, and they don't talk back when I'm the coach.
Right.
I'd rather they didn't talk back ever, but definitely not as a coach. They need to they're kind of to a higher bar because they have to set example for the kids that aren't mine. But it's so wonderful to be able to be right there side by side with them day after day, and not just a spectator getting to watch them at the events, but just every step of the journey. I can't ask for anything else.
That's awesome. So, obviously you're kind of talking about, making state. You're talking about PRs. How else would you define a successful season in cross country this year?
I'd like to place better than, especially at the Western Classic, which is basically the divisionals for cross country. You qualify any race, you can qualify based on time, so it's not a qualifier as other divisionals are for other sports, but it's kind of our divisional where we're only in the Western Conference, and we were last place at that event for a long time, since maybe like 2014, somewhere in there. And so that's one of my goals. I'd like to be in the top half. I'd like to be in the top 50%, which would be a big jump. So that's one of my personal milestones. A couple other littler invitationals where there's not as very many schools. I'd like to place in the top 3. I'd like to win. So it kind of, the big events with all the AA schools, they're tough. I can still compare how we do the previous years and other teams within our conference and stuff at those events, but it's hard to say, we took 47th, out of 150 teams or something like that. It's a lot harder.
Makes sense.
But so those smaller invitationals, I kind of have my eye on them to place, have individuals to place, and as a team, be in the top 3, maybe win 1 or 2 of them.
Makes sense. So which of your runners are you looking to accomplish that goal, or is it just is it the team as a whole?
It's definitely a team thing. That's another big accomplishment we had last year. Kind of started the year before, but you have to have 5 runners across the finish line to qualify for points as a team. And we didn't have that for many years. So started that 2 years ago, where a few of the races we hit that mark, and then last year all season, and so now we can be on the scoreboard at all. So it's definitely still only 6 boys, 1 girl, so we need a few more girls before we can place as a girls team. But 5 of the 6 runners need to compete and do well, so it's definitely a team thing. We're only as good as our 5th runner, and the group I have, the 5th runner won't be the same. They'll be beating each other, which is good, the competition, for that 5th spot. In practice, they help each other a ton. They run with each other, they meet each other at different distances and cross paths and encourage each other, and man, they're great. They make my job pretty easy, actually.
So I'll give you a chance right now, because this video is going to be on the YouTube channel, the Butte Central YouTube channel. So I'll give this a chance for you to tell some kids maybe watching why they should join the Butte Central Cross Country team.
Well, the biggest thing is we're super welcoming. Even if you do a different sport, we'll work with you to meet those practices, you got to test and stuff. We're a very easygoing team. That doesn't mean you can just come and only come to competitions and stuff. I got to make sure you're healthy and everything, but we're very, very accommodating. Being such a small group, we can work around different schedules and stuff. If you're a basketball player, a track star and stuff, it's going to really propel you into those seasons. It's amazing. The kids that didn't do it as a freshman or a sophomore and then do it for the first time, say as a junior or something, and they say, man, I wish I would have done this before, because my basketball game just went through the roof when I had cross country. And then, try it. You might find that you're a runner. I have have kids come in and they're like, well, you know, I'm being made to do this, and then a week later they're like, holy cow, I love this. So give it a chance. You're not obligated to anything. Come to a practice, meet the kids. I think I got the greatest group of kids at Central in my program, so